Hey, what's up, fantasy people? This is Tyler, the Waiver King Ward, coming at you live from my garage. And this is the Fantasy Footballin Show. And today's episode is Fantasy Footballin on a Budget, because the waivers are going to be going through. On my phone, it says tonight, but I would assume it's tomorrow night. But I'm going to do this right now just in case, because last time I was late. So I don't know if ESPN's changing their stuff or what. So anyways, this is for Fab free agency budget. So, there's a lot of you out there that just have regular, waiver orders. And so, the person in last place gets the number one waiver. We have, a bidding system. You have $100 to spend. The guy in first place could get the number one waiver if he spends enough. So I'm going to put prices on all these people. And that's just like, you have your own personal opinion. And I have my own. This is just kind of a roundabout. When I'm sitting there in my bathroom, at midnight putting these things in, it might change. I usually add a couple dollars. If it's $30, I say $30, I probably make it 31 just in case there's a tiebreaker, because I don't like even numbers. I always add $1 or $2 just in case it's a tiebreaker. I'm sure everybody else feels the same way, and then I just tie them anyway, so. So I am listing this in order of what I think is highest priority. And number one is Elijah Mitchell being out for, 2 months maybe. And so you're looking for his backup, because the running back in San Francisco is a super valuable position. And so everybody's looking at Tyrion Davis-Price and Jordan Davis because they want that upside. They're unknown. Who knows? They could blow up this league. They could be Shanahan's next big thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with Jeff Wilson, because my thought process is they don't want to keep on adding rookies to Trey Lance's, protection and stuff like that. I'm thinking that they just want to give Trey Lance the best opportunity that he can. And to do that, you want to put veterans around him. They don't really care about giving these rookie running backs their opportunities. I think their number one priority is Trey Lance. So I'm thinking that Jeff Wilson's going to be their answer until Elijah Mitchell comes back. And I'm willing to put $30 on that running back position in San Francisco. I think I put like 75 to win Elijah Mitchell after week 1 last year, and that paid off huge. And now there is, this isn't going to be a whole year thing like Elijah Mitchell was last year. So you're buying the running back for maybe 8 weeks for San Francisco. That's worth $30 to me. Next, and so Jeff Wilson had 9 carries for 22 yards, only 2.4 yards per carry. But if you and he had 2 receptions. He catches balls out of the backfield, so he's gonna get you some points like that. But if you watch that game, dude, it sucked. They had to put fake numbers on the field so you could read it, dude. Black numbers superimposed over the white numbers. So much rain, and I had 2 people in it. Got me 9 points. I should have never started anybody in that game. Anyways, number 2, waiver priority, Curtis Samuel. And so this was, Washington's big free agency acquisition last year. And they got him back and used the crap out of him. So 4 rushes for 17 yards. If a wide receiver is getting rushing yards, that's great. If they're trying to use him as a gadget player, we all love that. And then, but the big thing is he had 8 receptions for 55 yards and a touchdown on 11 targets. So Carson Wentz seems to find that's his safety blanket. It seems to be, because they're all short, and so you're looking at Curtis Samuel's going to be heavily involved in this offense. And for a free agency player to be this involved into it, it's like going to be a Cordero Patterson light-ish. And you remember how he was last year, even though people didn't think it was going to last. So I'm willing to put down $20 on Curtis Samuel. And we'll talk about the other option from that offense later. But I would trust the guy that they paid all that money for and who's done it before, because Curtis Samuel does have talent. Number 3 waiver priority is Jarvis Landry. He had 7 receptions for 114 yards. On 9 targets, which led the team. And, Michael Thomas's first game back, he had 2 touchdowns. He put the team on his back, blah, blah, blah. But Jarvis Landry has always been a great wide receiver. And Jameis Winston, he doesn't run, but he can throw the ball, man. he's a great thrower of the football. And I mean, I don't see them. It looks like their defense might not be that great this year, so they might be in some shootouts. You know, last year their defense was so good they just locked everybody down, and they didn't have to worry about, you know, they would just run the ball with Kamara or whatever. So it looks like they're going to be throwing the ball more this year, and Jarvis Landry's going to be highly involved. For a free agency wide receiver, that's pretty rare. So $15, I'm willing to put down on Jarvis Landry. Number 4 acquisition I'm thinking about is Jamal Williams. So I had Jamal Williams in the beginning of last year until he got injured, I think. But the way they like it, man, they just like to give DeAndre Swift is the superior running back there, but Jamal Williams is a veteran who they like to give goal line carries to, and you know, give a couple carries to you know, spell Swift. So if you're looking for a running back and I mean, you're going to get a pretty good chance at a touchdown every game. He's not going to get 16 touchdowns this year, you know, touchdown a game or whatever. But there's like a 50% chance this guy's going to get a touchdown a game. You know, you can see maybe 8 or 9 touchdowns in this guy's future. So if you're willing to, I mean, running backs are so, you know, scarce. If you need to do this for like a flex or something someday, or fill in for your number 2, it's not a bad option. So I'm willing to spend $10 on Jamal Williams. Okay, so I like this guy. I was all about this dude, this number 5 for me, Christian Watson. And he's the rookie wide receiver for Green Bay. And I just picked up Romeo Doubs last week. I dropped Julio Jones for him, whatever. But you know, Doubs was there all training camp. And Doubs actually looked good this game too, but he is all the intermediate short routes. And Christian Watson was the guy I was all over because that was the higher draft pick. That was a second-round draft pick. His physicals are off the charts. He just went to a small college and nobody really knows about him. But if you watch him this game, like his release from those cornerbacks was amazing. He burned people. He had separation. He dropped that 75-yard touchdown. And had he caught that, he would be the number 1 waiver priority in this, you know, in all of fantasy football. You know, everybody would be talking about him. But that's a big thing, you know, had this person caught this, but this is for real. This guy's a rookie, and I didn't even think he was going to be involved at all. He was on the field a ton, and let's see, he got 2 for 34 on 4 targets, 75-yard TD drop. So yeah, I mean, he got 4 targets just off the street pretty much. So, and they had a design run for him. They also had one for Romeo Doubs, but like I said, Romeo Doubs has been there, man. He's been there all training camp. So for this guy to walk in and get almost the same amount of work, I'm going to try to drop Romeo Doubs and put my money on Christian Watson because I'm going for these high upside guys. And Christian Watson's the highest upside guy on this, you know, highest upside waiver wire pickup on this list. Because, you know, Green Bay doesn't have their number 1 wide receiver. And we'll see what happens when Lazard comes back. But I'm still looking for Christian Watson to get a couple deep shots a game from Aaron Rodgers. Next up, number 6. Julio Jones, 3 for 69 on 5 targets. He had the second most targets on the team. He had 2 rushes for 17 yards, so he's going to be involved in this offense. And he was the fastest player on the field that day. You know, Next Gen Stats clocked him at 21 or whatever miles per hour. But you know, when he caught that one diving catch, he looked like his whole body fell apart, and he was never coming back. You know, they had to piece him back together and then shove him out there. But, dude, I mean, I had Antonio Brown last year, and with Godwin's maybe injury, it sounds like it's not going to be as bad. But still, I mean, Julio Jones is going to be a big pickup. It just sucks you have to rely on somebody like that because last year he was supposed to be big for Tennessee, and he didn't do anything. But just remember, Tom Brady's throwing on the ball, and it looks like it's going to work. So he could be a flex option for you most weeks, I think, until Godwin gets established again. So number 7, Sterling Shepard, man. Only 2 for 71 with 1 touchdown on 4 targets. But if you know anything about Sterling Shepard, it was a surprise that he played yesterday, or, you know, on Sunday. And him and Daniel Jones always, dude, they are top 10. He makes him a top 10 wide receiver all the time. It's crazy. So if you're looking for a consistent wide receiver that you can probably keep the rest of the year, go with Sterling Shepard. And I'm willing to spend $10 on him. Just like I don't know if I said it, but I'm willing to spend $10 on Julio Jones as well. So number 8, first tight end. I'm looking for a tight end. I think I have to wait because of the rain game and Cole Kmet. That was just ridiculous, dude. But Gerald Everette, you know, free agent pickup for the Chargers, and 3 for 54, 1 TD on 4 targets. And 4 targets, you know, Keenan Allen went out early. Otherwise, he would have led the team in targets. But 4 targets was tied for the team high. So everybody had 4 targets. And so Gerald Everett's going to be involved. He's the tight end. He's probably going to get red zone targets. You can do a lot worse than having Gerald Everette as your starting tight end. So henceforth, he's on here, and I think he is worth at least $5 because he's probably worth more like 10 because he's a top pickup for that position. And tight end, everybody is freaking out about tight end right now for good reason. Nobody performed, dude. Nobody except for Kelsey, and that was it. I wish I could trade for Pitts, but I don't know. The guy's team name is Smelly Pitts. I don't think he's not going to change his team name just to get rid of his player. Number 9, I think. I'm losing track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 for Johan Dotson, I think his name is. 3 for 40 with 2 TDs from Wentz on 5 targets. He had 1 rush for negative 10 yards. This is the thing, like, I like Curtis Samuel. I think Curtis Samuel is going to be much more involved than Dotson. But if you just want a lottery ticket, pick up Dotson. Don't start him for a little bit, but see if he's going to be this electric. See if Carson Wentz is going to be this good. I doubt it, but who knows, you know? I mean, crazier things have happened. So, number 10. Oh, yeah, I'm willing to put $5 on Dotson. It's a lottery ticket. Devin Duvernay, number 10. 4 for 54, 2 TDs from Lamar Jackson. You know, Rashad Bateman was supposed to be the hyper-targeted guy there, but this Duvernay guy got 4 targets himself, which was pretty good. And all I can read about, I didn't get to watch the game, but all I read about is how fast he is, how dynamic he is. So I think he's a lottery ticket, you know, kind of like Dotson. They've already have established wide receiver. They don't really pass that much anyways. He's probably the 3rd option. But who knows if he's that electric, he might work himself past maybe Bateman. Who knows? Or just fill that Hollywood role and Bateman be Bateman last year. That's probably more the case. But either way, he deserves to be picked up regardless. And that's $5 on him. Now I've just got the $1 lottery tickets coming up. Number 11, Brian Robinson. Antonio Gibson had 15 carries for 58 yards, and that was 4 yards a carry. It's not bad. But I could see Brian Robinson coming in and taking over that position just because Antonio Gibson really hasn't shown anything in 2 years. And it's a defensive coach, you know, he probably likes running backs. Give that rookie a chance and see what happens. So that's a lottery ticket. He's supposed to come back like in 4 weeks from getting shot. Hopefully he's okay. Sounds like he's doing all right. Number 12, Rex Burkhead. He got all the work. If you want to start a flex guy and get 10 points maybe at your running back, you could pick up Rex Burkhead and see what happens with that Dameon Pierce situation. I still believe in Dameon Pierce. He is a different runner. And he just needs to get up to speed, you know. I mean, it was his first game out of in real football, you know, NFL. So give him a chance. Jonathan Taylor, man, he was behind somebody. He sucked when he first got in the league, and then by the end of the year, he was killing people. Juwan Jennings, this guy. I was watching I've got Trey Lance, and I was watching the San Francisco game. He kept on getting all the targets, man, like all the targets, and he's been there for like 3 or 4 years, so he's not a rookie. He's just kind of some journeyman, you know, veteran for San Francisco, maybe just getting his chance. And Lance really likes him, so me as a Lance owner, I'm going to pay attention to him. I'm not going to pick him up, but I'm going to pay attention. And then I, as a Henry owner, this last dude, you know, Hilliard, he looks like he's going to get some work in Tennessee, and they love to use the running backs. He's going to catch passes. He got 2 touchdowns. But if they're going to try to save Derrick Henry, I'm going to watch a little bit. But if they do kind of cut back on Derrick Henry's usage, which sucks for me because I have him, I'm not going to pick up Hilliard anyways, but if I was one of you guys, I would pick up Hilliard, and I would begin to starting him if they're going to use him like this. So anyways, those are all my free agents that I believe in. And like I said, I'm going to be targeting, like, Jeff Wilson and Christian Watson, I think, tonight. And then I'll wake up at 3 a.m. and pick up all the people that didn't get picked up while everybody else is sleeping. And that's one of my tricks right there. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you like this, you can do it in real life and make me feel amazing. And, hit that little thumb button somewhere down there. No, not that. Or you can do that. You totally can. And leave it, subscribe if you like to. That'd be awesome. And if you don't like this, leave a hurtful comment per usual, Knock me down, whatever lower peg I'm on right now. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. And Jason and I should be coming out with a video together soon. Later.